Yeah, and you asked that nigga for $5,000?
No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Auburn Tigers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. to the ground with the back. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB saying,
Hey, bro, I forgot to pick my playbook. Can we restart?
Pass, give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
With this fashion designer named Oscar G. Lopez, who confirmed that yes, the fight was over Rachel Roy. Jay-Z complimented the fashion designer Rachel Roy, and Rachel allegedly had a history with Jay-Z, and she also had a relationship with Jay-Z's former business partner and nemesis, Damon Dash. So Jay-Z complimenting her was inappropriate and honestly didn't expect.
Ain't no compliment. He didn't go over there and say, "Oh hi, you look great." Like he gonna tell Kelly.
What?
Don't say he complimented her. He was like, "You look good as fuck." So shout out to Solange seeing that and being like, "Oh, I thought the person did that."
This nigga again.
The same, sis. Same if we all was able to go to that Met Gala. But P.I. was able to go to that Met Gala, would have whooped his ass in the elevator. Because you talk about a nigga that need to humble himself. Sean Carter, you need to humble yourself on your mother. You are lucky she even looked at your ass like that. You need to sit. I know you need to sit your ass. Y'all need to listen to Mr. Morale, okay? I must be those up.
Some would call it swag, some would call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Florida Gators. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Gators will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Handoff to the single running back. They stopped him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Wants to fire on second down. Gonna take a shot. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
On the run, still looking. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. The coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Split backs here. Quick release on the RPO. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Feet. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly, and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
The Gators, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Back to the ground game on the left. Oh, and that's just like a penalty. They get in the backfield and knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the Gators have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Right back to him on the ground. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man on the left. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Swings it out to his running back. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The Gators trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Quarterback keeper. Touchdown, Florida! He would not be denied. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Can't get him to the ground. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Here's the handoff. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
This guy's a game changer at the running back position, man. And don't you just feel like you have to be if you're going to be toting the rock at Auburn? Bo Jackson obviously won a Heisman Trophy. Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown on the same team at the same time. And then Tank Bigsby here in recent years, too. Physical runners, but they also had speed. They were the total package, and I think this guy fits right into that category.
Picks up the first down. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Auburn! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish things off with that 51-yard touchdown run. And he's not going to take the touchback. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Second and short to keep this drive moving. Give to the running back. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Gators just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. Makes the grab on the right. He'll go out of bounds right The Gators with the 1st and 10. He might want another play. Off the play fake. Throws toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked. Maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's
Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gator.
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense when you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB. If you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off, and by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Is ready to go back to work on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. They're working that left side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. They've done a really good job identifying. Matches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. Leaves it with the back. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Buying some time. Finds his big tight end. And tackled there by the defense.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
They go to the ground. They They knock him down, but not before he picks up a first down for Auburn.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Steps away to find some room. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. He's got the back in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Gets the back moving. They'll try to get it in with the run. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Now the play fake. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Snap to the back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got fourth down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He took the risk, bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Hand off from the shotgun. On the move at the 30. Turning it on. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
They'll move the tight end. Wide receiver comes in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Punch it out of the air. Open space at the 25. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football, and this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive units.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. To settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Had to throw it before he wanted. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. And I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Fires to the tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Gonna look downfield again. Snagged in the middle. It's Dalton. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. They'll give it to the back. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked up, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Running back searching for a hole. You can dance around and look for space, or you can throw the stiff arm at him. He gets it out to the 17.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, it's a simple play. QB's just looking for his big fella, the tight end, and he couldn't reel it in.
And the Gators are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Now on the move. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive yards.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Runs through a tackle. He has 89 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Finds us back in the middle. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. 4 wideout set, 2-by-2 on 2nd and 5. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Four wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll run play action. Going for it all. Touchdown Gator! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in week 5?
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
To the air on first down. Wide open downfield. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. It's a fumble. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. That pulls them to within 15, 28-13 the score. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And he's going to bring this one out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. And there he goes. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game. And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football. Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Rides to the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul. It'll be third and long. Might be changing the route.
Get set, get set.
Motion from the wide receiver. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But fourth and short. Now, decision time, baby. Absolutely center cut. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
No love lost between teams anytime they square off inside the Big Ten. Here's one that's just gone final. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got him downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback.
Gets away from one. He's got space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it's a great design on offense on that pass play there. You see they clear out the middle of the field, and they leave a huge space wide open for the quarterback to attack. Nice timing on the throw.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Spears. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Snap it to the back. Got some room, entered to the goal line. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football.
Sneaks it in.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And he makes the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Right on the money. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the 1st down.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Timeout, Florida.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going downfield for the big play. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
This is a designed run. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw in that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
The Gators are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Lasso.
They want to run this quarterback. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Gators are marching down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Still on his feet. The Gators with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Gives it on the option. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. Trying play action. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle and prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Kick is in the air. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
On target to the left. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
36. 1st down for the offense.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. He'll run it again. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. This crowd unhinged snap. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
They'll go for 2 here and try to climb within a field goal late. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He's going to be stopped short as they come up empty on the 2-point try. They were hoping to get this game to within a field goal, but the lead stays at 5. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And these guys come out feeling some game pressure. Things have tightened up, and they punted it last time they had it. Off the RPO, complete. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Breaks away on the left. The 10. Touchdown, Florida. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside the ACC today. Miami had a dominant win, the kind the folks in South Florida were used to in 2001 when Ken Dorsey, Clinton Portis, and Jeremy Shockey led the Canes to a national title. Talk about a special team. Never know what can happen when 2 good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
The give to the tailback. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Floyd. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
He'll pull it on the read. past the 30. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
And, man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here, missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
This defense right now is pinning their ears back with a huge lead in the fourth quarter. You're seeing that coming off the edge. They're not even respecting run because they don't have to. They know that this opponent is going to throw.
It's complete, and he will score. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep.
Breaks into the open. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
That's a really good job on the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
The Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. A designed run for the quarterback. He's in open space downfield. Oh, there's an alley on the left. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Gator. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ready to go back to work on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. The Tigers moving quickly to the line.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Extending the play. Unleashes one. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
So now it's second and long. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. And the Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. The RPO, it's complete. Across the 25, he's got room. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Florida. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Lets it fly. No other words. That was just a terrible throw.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing. Play playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
It's complete to the left. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Looking to throw on first down. Complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
No harder position to play in a ball game than the offensive line. You know, tonight in this game, you're down by a lot. You know you have to pass the football. Man, it's a tough job to protect up front, and they definitely struggled on that play.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's Dalton. At the 20, he's got space. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
And that one is picked off in the end zone. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Gator. How about this defense taking one back to the house? Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in week 5.
Dude, you're just thinking, hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That will put the wrap on.